Kiondre Thomas is a corner from Fort Smith, Arkansas. That really what happened with Kiondre is last spring, at the end of our spring recruiting evaluations, we just felt like we needed to get a deeper pool of long athletic corners, and we identified Kiondre Thomas as a guy that to investigate and to look into, and sure enough, as we did, we realized there was so much to like. Kiondre Thomas is really, quite frankly, one of the best athletes in the country coming out of his position at corner. His numbers and what he has done in terms of testing and times and ability to jump and run are things that are at the upper end nationally in many different areas. And Kiondre's been a very, very productive player in a good program. He's been coached well. He's probably bumping close to 6'1" right now, and he can run very, very fast. We're very excited, and it's a guy that in losing an Eric Murray that's been important in this program, and a guy that was a dominant press type of corner. You know, we felt like that Kiondre was a guy that really, really can fit that kind of mode very, very well for us, and be a guy that is an impact player in this program in years to come. And I'm extremely excited to coach Kiondre Thomas.
I really pay attention to the details whenever it comes to watching film, and just being able to communicate with the guys out there and all just be on the same page. You know, I feel like as a secondary, we have to run as one, and I feel like that's, you know, part of my job is to make sure that we're all a well-oiled machine back there.
And I imagine, you know, making the transition from one school to another this late in your college career isn't the easiest thing in the world. How did you go about making it a seemingly seamless transition?
I mean, I think really the hardest part is just throughout this whole pandemic was just getting to know the guys for real. Because whenever I first got on campus, you know, we really couldn't do too much with all the virus going, like the whole virus thing going on. But, you know, whenever I came in and got settled and got acquainted with everybody, you know, the transition was pretty easy.
Yeah, Kiondre, how does the culture at K-State compare to what the culture was like at Minnesota where you came from before?
I just feel like both are very family-oriented. You can tell, like, on both teams that all the players love each other and they get along, and, you know, the coaching staff and the players have a very good relationship. You know, the things that I think both coaching staffs do well is they ask input from the players, and, you know, they actually, you know, take our thoughts into consideration. You know, I feel like they do a really good job of that.
Appreciate it.
Adam?
You're from Minnesota, now you're at K-State in the Big 12, a conference known for high-powered offenses. As a defensive back, how do you feel about that change in going up against these high-powered offenses that the Big 12 is known for?
I mean, whenever you play against high-powered, I think every defense's objective is to stop explosive plays. So, you know, as a defensive back, that's one of our main purposes, like just go out there, be technically sound, don't miss any assignments, and you can pretty much stop those high-powered offenses just playing disciplined ball.
Ryan?
Hey, Kiondre, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Hey, well, what I was wondering is, you know, given that you transferred from Minnesota and then you saw what's happened with the Big Ten, are you kind of like, wow, I kind of dodged a bullet potentially of either having to play in the spring or potentially not playing at all?
I just honestly feel like we're blessed to be in the position we are to play the game that we love this fall. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got people out here petitioning to play and be in our position, so I'm just thankful that we get to play.
Last one here, Derek.
What initially drew you to Kansas State? Was there a connection, or what was kind of the draw to, you know, play your college football in Manhattan rather than Minneapolis?
You know, once again, you know, whenever I went through the, you know, recruitment process, like these were the coaches I just felt, you know, most comfortable with. You know, I had seen like the type of coach that Coach Malone was back when I was in high school. You know, he has like a relationship with my DB coach that I had in high school. And then, Coach BA, Brian Anderson, he was at Minnesota my true freshman year. So, that was a connection there. And, yeah, I just felt most comfortable with these guys.
Let me say good afternoon to all of you and thanks to everybody for coming out to help us celebrate one more time today. So it's an amazing day when we get an opportunity to celebrate two of our young men come out of Northside High School. And before we get started, let me recognize head coach, Coach Farouk, and Coach Curry, guys that help groom these young men, not only in athletic skills, but in character development and attitude development. So thank you guys for that. And always a big shout out to our Boys and Girls Club, who've always provided a haven for our young kids, and all the volunteer coaches over the years that have engaged the lives of these young men and made a major impression upon them. To get to where he is no accident. To get to this level is no accident. It takes a lot on his part, it takes a lot on the parents' part, it takes a lot on the community's part to make sure that we have the foundation to get here. But at the end of the day, he proved himself, like I said about Trey, he proved himself at Northside. Then he went on to the University of Minnesota. Many times people in this area, they get a chance to see him play. But I'd always find a Minnesota game so I could watch him play too. He proved himself there. You don't start for Division I schools unless you've got the stuff. You have to prove yourself. And now we stand here again to celebrate another one of our young men being selected by the National Football League. And like we said about our other guy over here, they selected him. They picked him because they feel like he can help them not only win games, but win Super Bowls. He's gonna be packing the skills and the mind and the physical stuff it takes to play at that level. You don't get drafted by the NFL unless you've got the stuff. And they draft you not because you haven't to prove anything. He's already proved that. They know he can jump high. They know he's strong. They know he's fleet of foot. They know he's a great defender. They selected him because they feel like he can help them win a Super Bowl. Now, how cool would that be? To see the Cleveland Browns lock horns with the Pittsburgh Steelers in a Super Bowl game. Wouldn't that be much for the River Valley to see that? And we'll get a chance to see them play. And we're so proud here in Fort Smith. I brag about it all the time. My mayors across the state are jealous in the sense that it's very rare that you get a chance to announce in a one-year span one of your kids going to the NBA and then two of your kids being selected by the NFL. That's an amazing feat. It has a lot to do with this community and the families of these young men. We're so proud to recognize them today. At this time, let me call Jared Gladwell, who runs our Boys and Girls Club system here in Fort Smith.
Well, I want to share a few statistics that Kiondre had in college football. And I asked him, I said, when did they start calling you Con? And he said, well, I don't even remember. Back when I was a baby, I guess. Con, or Con. So anyway, he played, obviously he played at Northside High School for the Grizzlies, and Coach Curry, Coach Fleur, and then went on to University of Minnesota and played there 3 seasons and then 1 season for the Kansas State Wildcats. In 2017, he played 9 games for Minnesota with 6 starts, 21 tackles, including 6 tackles against Maryland and 5 against Buffalo. In 2018, he played in 10 games with 6 starts, was part of the Quick Lane Bowl victory over Georgia Tech, recorded 34 tackles, 4 pass breakups, knocked out 2 passes for both New Mexico State and Purdue, had a season-high 7 tackles against New Mexico State and Ohio State, and had 5 stops against Nebraska. In 2019, he played in all 13 games for the Golden Gophers, including 4 starts. He made 22 tackles, had an interception, tallied a career-high 8 tackles against South Dakota State, had an interception against Fresno State, pass breakups against Purdue, Rutgers, Maryland. In 2020, he played 8 games. He transferred to Kansas State. And as all you know, we had the challenge of COVID and trying to have a football season during COVID. He played in 8 games, a COVID-shortened season. He had a season-high 6 tackles against Oklahoma State Cowboys, 5 tackles in the final 2 games against Baylor and Texas, batted away a pass in 4 different games. He was a member of the Jeffrey Boys and Girls Club growing up. He played basketball here from center point. I've got a picture of Con back when he was younger. He also played football for Smith Chevrolet here at Jeffrey. But I'm gonna share with you, and we did this at Trey Norwood's press conference, how hard it is to play professional football. What are the odds of that? And Mayor McGill referred to it earlier, that it's astronomical, the odds of being in high school. First of all, playing junior high football and hoping that you get to play high school football, and then to make the high school team. And for Con to go to a Big Ten school and play at that level, D1 level, and then finish his career in the Big 12 at Kansas State. But of the 1.1 million high school football players, out of 1.1 million high school players, only 1 out of 16,000 get to go on and play professional football. Only 6%, just over 6% of the high school players will ever get to play college football. And of the 72,000 college football players, only 1.5% will get to play in the NFL. So the odds are staggering. He's got God-given talent, but he's got an innate determination and drive to make him great, a great player, and incredible work habits. You have to have those things to go to this level. And so I want to salute not only Con, but his mother and father and his siblings and his extended family for their support on his career, his high school coaches, Mayor McGill, the city of Fort Smith, for wrapping our arms around Con and Trey and celebrating their achievements. And on behalf of the Boys and Girls Club, we have a gift bag. It's got Boys and Girls Club socks, Boys and Girls Club shirt, it says Fort Smith, a cap, an umbrella for today. It's just a little token of our way of saying congratulations, Con. All right.
Coach Blue, would you like to say something? Please, go. Coach Turner.
I've been doing this for 38 years, and to sit here and say this about Kiondre Thomas is probably one of the most proudest moments I have, because I know some of the struggles that he went through when we had growing up, and to watch him do what he's done just makes you proud, and to say he was part of your football program, part of our high school, and there is nothing more that we want as coaches than to watch him succeed even further. So, Tom, we're proud of him.
I just want to say, had the opportunity to meet Kiondre. Trey and I were coming through visiting Oklahoma State, and we see this little skinny kid flying through the air, trying to dunk the basketball. And we were in the high school gym, and I looked at my wife and said, "Is that junior high?" And Coach Wilson, yeah, those are ninth graders. And right off the rip, his talent was exceptional right off the rip. But the thing that I love about Kiondre was a hard worker. Like Coach Wilson said, like most young men, you go through some struggles and some growing pains, but his determination to get where he wanted to get was unbelievable. He was always focused. Once he had that goal of, I'm going to be a Division I football player, there was nothing to get in his way, and we're super proud of him. Thank you, Coach.
this time, we're going to have Kiondre, if you want to say something, please do. And then we're going to have him sign my football. Now, again, like this is my ball, coach. And I'm going to have him and his family members sign this ball for me. So,
I'd like to. I'd like to thank all y'all for coming out and supporting me. Supporting me over the years. I've been presented with the blessed opportunity to play in the NFL, and it all started here in this very room. You know what I'm saying? Being about 7 years old, being a little knucklehead, running back and forth up and down the gym, and I think it's crazy that I got to this point here. But I'd also just really just like to thank y'all for the support, man, because it's the faces in this room that I've been seeing since I was a little kid. When all this was just a dream. But I appreciate y'all for real. That's it.
this time, Kiondre, we're gonna let you sign this football. You may have to feel a little sophisticated, man. Our kids are doing so well. Now he will come around. But this time, as the mayor of City Fort Worth, Arkansas, I'm thrilled to keep the city, Kiondre Thomas. We're so very proud. And our city is proud. We're very proud to know that we can groom and train and encourage young men like you and Trey. So congratulations. At this time, I'm going to invite our other NFL draftees to come down. Some of you all may not have had a chance to see him today. He had to leave. He had a team meeting already. But again, on behalf of Coach Smith and Coach Lord, Coach Curry, thanks for what you've done for these young men, and thanks to the families for sticking with them. I know on occasion they were knuckleheads. We know that. But by the same token, you didn't give up. And they stand here today, and we're very proud of them that they're going to get an opportunity to play in the NFL. Now, like I said, they didn't get drafted for no other reason than these teams feel like they can help them win a Super Bowl championship. They've already proven everything else. When they get in that draft, these coaches saying, I think I want him on my team. And so we're very proud. And so at this time, Trey, if you'd like to say something, we had some media that was not with your thing, so if you'd like to, and of course they can talk to you, we'll let you talk to them after we finish. But this time, if anybody's interested in getting photographs, autographs, you're welcome to come at this time.
We have soft drinks, water over here, and we have a Eagles Browns cookie cake. Thanks for doing.
I am Roland. I am Infer. Get you to first say and spell your first and last name for me. No, it'll pick you up.
Kiondre Thomas, Kiondre, and Thomas Thomas.
Awesome. And what position did you play? You played defensive back? Or?
Yeah, I played defensive back at Northside, Minnesota.
Cool. Yeah, no. Yeah, I knew you played. I knew you played defensive back. I didn't know if you were safety, corner.
Yeah, not corner.
Corner. Awesome. So just tell us a little bit about your journey up until this point, man. Starting here, you're coming back here just to kick off your journey, man. What is that like?
And it was wild, man. Growing up in Jeffries, I took a liking to sports, specifically football and basketball. And it's something that I was good at naturally. And I didn't think it would take me this far. It was just a dream back then. But, when I got to high school, I started figuring that I was a good athlete, and that I could take this to Division I level, beyond that. And, I've put in the work, and, it's here now. The opportunity has presented itself. So I'm just thankful.
What's that like getting a call from the Cleveland Browns saying like, hey, I want you to come play for us?
I still don't even know how to feel. I had a sense of nervousness, anxiety. I didn't even know how to react for real. Like it was crazy, man. You know, it's something that you always dream of. That any NFL team, wants you. You know, I think that's crazy because it's something you dream about whenever you're 5 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's you were. They read some of your stats. You were pretty productive through even a COVID season. Can you just talk about maybe playing through a COVID season, coming back to Fort Smith, and resting with your family, and then getting the key to the city?
I mean, the COVID season, it was weird for everybody playing football that year. Getting COVID tested 3 times out the week. I had grad transferred, so I could barely meet my teammates at first because, we all had to social distance and whatnot. But, it was a cool experience. Maybe I got to meet everybody and got to play with the guys, bro. And what was the other question?
And you coming back to Fort Smith and resting with your family, and then what is it like getting the key to the city, man?
It's coming back to Fort Smith because, I went to college so far away that I used to come home like at least once a year for a week at a time, and just coming back and, especially under these circumstances now, like it feels great. I've been feeling a lot of love from the city, and, it feels great to feel, so much support from where you grew up at, and it just feels great, I don't know, I just feel blessed, man. Like, that's all I can really say. Like, I never really expected to do any of this, so like now that I'm doing it, it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. So, and Mr. McGill presenting that, I mean, that is, can you hold it up just a little bit?
Yeah.
That is, goodness. What was that? So just tell me what was going through your mind when they contacted you about this too. I mean, you hear it, Mr. Norwood mentioned that you hear it in songs and stuff like that. But what is that like getting the key to your city, man?
It's really great though, bro. Like I never thought it feels good. It just feels so great.
It's just like honest, just shock, right?
Yeah, I'm still in shock, bro.
Still in shock. Awesome, man. Well, I don't want to bother you too much. You have anything else? Do you have anything?
I'm good.
Thank you. Honoring today.
Yes, we're thrilled to honor 2 young men out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. They both played football at Northside High School and went their separate ways. One played at the University of Minnesota, Kansas State, and the other one. So we're very proud of them. And today we have declared this day Trey Norwood Day in Fort Smith, Arkansas, as well as Kiondre Thomas's Day in Fort Smith, Arkansas. It's very rare that a city gets an opportunity to celebrate in the course of 1 year an NBA player, Isaiah Joe came from Fort Smith, Arkansas, and then 2 NFL draftees that Trey Norwood was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kiondre was drafted by the Cleveland Browns.
Awesome. So just so such a small percentage of students that go to the college level go to the NFL. Can you just talk to a little bit about how proud?
Well, first of all,
to have 2 from Fort Smith.
Simply the odds of getting a chance to play in the NFL and the odds of being drafted in the NFL are just simply astounding. And then the odds of getting 2 great young men come out of a city the size of Fort Smith, Arkansas is incredible. And that's a testament to our city, a testament to our coaches at the high school level, a testament to our Boys and Girls Club who have provided them the first opportunities to participate in these kinds of sports. So again, it's a testament to the kind of community we have, and we can produce athletes that will play at the next level.
Northside's just built different, isn't it?
They have a history of producing great athletes. They have a history of producing great students. Many of them may not play in sports, but you'll find them going on to become doctors, engineers, accountants. So we have a great history of producing top-notch students all across the board.
Can you just talk to a little bit about the Boys and Girls Club's part? And I mean, these young men were running around these Boys and Girls Clubs, and I mean, I was as well. I was running around these Boys and Girls Clubs from a very early age. So I mean, I have a very fond memory of these places. Can you just talk to a little? That's the last question.
Yeah, our Fort Smith Boys and Girls Club system is one of the best in the state. We have 3 clubs where we provide all kinds of services for our young people. And probably the most important thing about our Boys and Girls Club is the tremendous volunteer base of men and women who give their time and energy to mentor, teach, and coach these young kids at an early age. We have many of our volunteer coaches that served and given their time for 20, 30, 40 years. So it's a testament to the Boys and Girls Club system that creates an environment where these young people can excel in sports, and not only sports academically. We provide opportunities for tutoring. We provide opportunities for, you name it, the arts. So we have a great Boys and Girls Club system that provides for our youth. So we're very proud. And so we get a chance to celebrate 2 of them that have gone on to a professional level in football.
Can we just real quick touch on the key to the city and just what that means?
I give that key to the city, and other mayors have given the key to the city. But it is what it is. It's a recognition that these young men have served this community well and help us highlight our community. And so with that key, we're saying to them, you're welcome back home anytime you need to come home. Certainly they may go live in Pittsburgh, they may go live in Cleveland, but we want them to know they're always welcome back to Fort Smith.
I don't have anything else. Thank you so much.
Good.
Can you just be mayor for the rest of my existence?
I know.
I like
Easy
this
to
guy.
talk to.
I really like this guy.
You want to get these guys over here?
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
that'd be great.